In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Delta shower head, a tub spout, and a trim kit. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you get a notification every time I release a new video, and hammer that like button for me. That's all I ask in return for making this video. So without further ado, let's get started. The items I'll be using for this install will be clear silicone caulk, joint compound, also known as pipe dope, Teflon tape, a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a 4-inch brass nipple, which this may vary depending on your installation. I'll explain that later. A clean cloth, and this trim kit that's going in the tub shower combo is going to be the Ashlyn Monitor 17 series with the In2ition Shower Head. And I ordered these products from Amazon 2 days ago while I was on vacation, and when I arrived home, they were sitting on my doorstep. What I just unboxed from the Amazon package was another Ashlyn Monitor 17 series trim kit, except these two are for showers only. So I'll be installing this one first. Something really important to note about these trim kits, like most Delta trim kits, they do not include the shower valves. The shower valves are separate and they also are different. This one's just for a shower. This shower valve is going to be different than this shower valve. And once I get to the actual tub or shower, I'll explain which one you'll need for each trim kit. All the supplies you see here along with the shower valves can all be found in my Amazon store. The link is in the description below, and if you make a purchase, I earn a small commission, but it's an extra cost to you and help support the channel. Here's the shower valve that I installed for the shower only trim kit. And this shower valve is the R10000UNBXHF. And if you need to know how to install this, there's a video linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Go check it out if you need to know how to install this first. Before I install any product, I first unbox and unpackage all the contents in the box so I know what everything is, and also I recommend you read the owner's manual. I must first remove this test plug. This is where the drop ear is for the shower head. So I already loosened it up pretty good. So if we take that out, looks like we have a drop ear back there ready to go. Now that the test plug is removed, we got to install this piece of pipe that came in the kit. And it has two different lengths on it. We got a shorter end and a longer end. Either way, it'll go into that hole and be fine. Me personally, I like to install the longer end coming out like so. So in order to do so, I'm going to first have to install this piece onto the pipe. You do not want to do this after you got pipe dope on it. You want to do it now. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that right over that threaded end. We don't want to put this trim down too far because it'll scratch this black pipe. So we got to eyeball about how much we need, so that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is install the Tef tape onto this threaded end. And if you look right at the pipe, we want to go clockwise around the threads. So I'm just going to take my Tef tape, get started here. I typically go around at least 4 or 5 times. That looks good. Now what I do, I put the pipe dope onto the Tef tape, and the reason why I do that for 2 reasons. One, it's back in the wall, so we want to ensure we have a good connection and we're not going to leak. And 2, it acts as a lubricant so we can tighten this pipe down really well. Now that we got the pipe prepared, we're just going to install it onto that drop ear. Now keep hand tightening it until it's square, and you don't want to have to go back the way it came in order to get it square because it'll loosen up those threads and then it could leak if you do that. I'm now going to take my Tef tape and do the same thing. I'm going to go clockwise around the threads 4 to 5 times. I'm now going to take the shower head, and this is one of the 2 parts to it, and just thread it onto that pipe. After this is hand tightened, I'm just going to take a cloth and lay right over that joint and take my pliers to tighten it up a little bit more. That is pretty tight. We don't want to try to tighten this down really hard because you could scratch this even with the cloth unless you have a really thick cloth. But that's good for now. And if we turn on, there's a little leak, you can easily tighten this section up. I'd like for you to note, I did not use the pipe dope on this joint. I just used the Tef tape. That's because we can easily see a leak here and tighten this up a little more if it is leaking. This Tef tape that you see left over on it can be removed later. just cut around it with a knife and then it just peels right off. But I'm not going to take it off yet until I test it. Now before I connect this wand to this shower head, it's going to be kind of in my way when I'm installing this trim kit. So I'm going to go ahead and install this next. This is just the pressure testing cap that you see me put in when I installed the shower valve. So in order to remove this, we got to take this nut off first. And it should be on just hand tight. Now we just take out that cap. Inside here, we have this piece that we put in during the pressure test. Next, this piece that came with the cartridge is going to slide right into those two ports in the back of the valve. This piece came off and this piece was just to install that part, so this gets discarded. Now it's time to install the cartridge, and if we take a look on this black ring up top, it says hot side. Now this hot side is going to go on the left, and there's little notches right here on the cartridge and right here. It's going to line up with these notches on the shower valve. So again, hot side on the left and slide it right in. I'm going to make sure this is seated back all the way, and now I'm going to take the nut that was on there before and then just kind of re-tighten everything together. All you got to do is hand tighten that, and that is installed. And next, I'm going to take this rubber O-ring that's going to act as a spacer for my trim kit and go ahead and roll that back over the shower valve. I'm now going to take this piece of the trim and it slides right over that rubber ring. And just push it back until it's nice and snug. Now I'm going to install this trim kit over this, but before I do so, I'm going to run a bead of silicone around this foam ring. Since Delta supplied this foam gasket in which I can apply silicone to, I will not apply silicone to the outside of the trim. I'm now going to install it to where it says Delta up top, and you can also see on up top and off down here. It's going to slide right over that trim. Now I'm going to try to go on square here since I have silicone on the back of it. Take the two screws that it came with, just fish them back in until you hit the threaded slot and just hand tighten them at first. Now take a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and just tighten those up all the way. And don't over tighten them to where you press in on the trim kit and bend it just nice and snug to where it's flush against the tile. Although it can be tempting to use a drill with a number 2 bit to tighten these screws up, I do not recommend it because these screws can be somewhat soft and can strip out easy. And I'll tighten both of these up at the same time so that way it's put on evenly. And if you do have any silicone squeeze out of the side like you see here, be sure to wipe that off as soon as possible. Something cool I thought I'd mention about this cartridge, if you did for some reason put the plumbing on wrong, let's say you ran the cold to the left side and the hot to the right inside of the wall, you can take this cartridge and switch it around and put the hot side on the right side, and it would switch them around inside to where your hot would be left and then your cold would be on the right. Just a cool tip. Now it's time for me to install the handles. Now when it comes time to installing these with the water on, this is when you adjust all this. But the water's off to this house because I'm still in the middle of building it. But once I get the water on, I'm going to make a video adjusting all these temperature settings. So the video we'll link is going to be in the top right hand corner of the screen. But for now, I'm just going to show you how it all goes together. So first, take this handle set. And you're going to notice there's little notches in this side, and then back here there's nothing. So you want the notches out, and I'm going to put it into the on position. So we're going to turn it until it's in the on position. And next, I'm going to take this piece that has the hot and cold. So there's a H and a C. This piece is blank on this side, so that's going to go inward. And now as you can see, there's a little notch right here. So we're going to put the H and the C of the hot and cold right between it, more or less, for now. And next, we're going to take this piece, and as you can see, there's a slot in the back. That's where it's going to hook or actually go into this piece on the shower valve. So we're just going to slide this right into place. And just so you have a note, there's a little notch right here, and it's going to go right over the notch that's in this handle. So it's going to go something like that for now. And then after you have it all placed, you're going to take the screw that it came with. It's the little screw that looks like this. And it's going to go right into this hole. So we're just going to hand tighten it right into place for now. So go ahead and get it started. And then I'm going to take the number 2 Phillips screwdriver and tighten that up. And now I'm going to take this handle, that's the temperature control handle. You can see there's a hot and a cold. And we're just going to go ahead and snap it right over all this. So I'm just going to place it. If you see there's a little clip right here, it's going to clip into here. And there's a one right here that's going to go over this. So we're just going to slide it right in and then clip it. So right like that. So now that's how it all goes together. And this is in the off position. Then you have this knob that's going to make it hotter and colder once it's all regulated. And then this one's going to turn it on and then off. So now that's all ready to go, and let's address the wand above. Now that the trim kit and shower handles are done and out of the way, we're going to install the wand. And to do this, it's very simple. Always double check to make sure the washers are still down in the ends of these hoses. And I'm going to take the one with the more of a tapered end, and it's going to go onto the wand, and it looks good. And now I'm just going to hand tighten it on to the wand. And now I'm just simply going to take this end and hand tighten it onto the shower head. And then this just snaps right into the shower head. I'm now going to show you how to install this tub spigot coming out of here like this. And if you need to know, the shower valve that I used here is the R10000UNBX. And again, if you need to know how to install that, check out the video in the top right hand corner of the screen. That's going to walk you step by step how to install this exact one here. So you can see what I'm working with here. If you look back to where the tub spout's coming out, there is a 1/2 inch drop ear that I got to connect to. So that's why I got to have this brass nipple to connect to that drop ear. The reason why you got to get your own pipe, which is also known as a nipple, these short pipes are called nipples, but the reason why you got to get your own is because that drop ear that's in the back of here might be different depths, and in order to connect to the tub spout, it has to set right in at a certain depth. So you may need a 3-inch one here, a 4 or a 5, and it all depends. And I'm going to show you my distances here after I get this ready so you can better understand what size pipe you might need. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare this pipe just like we did for the shower head arm earlier. Leave a comment below and let me know if you use Teff tape and joint compound or you just use one or the other. Now this is a brass pipe. I've seen some people use galvanized pipes before, and I recommend brass over galvanized because galvanized can corrode inside to where brass will not. So now I'll just fish this back in and start threading it into that drop ear. Now I'm going to have to take this pipe wrench to give it its final turns here to tighten it all the way. This piece came with the trim kit, and just so you know, this is universal. This can slide over a copper pipe, and then you tighten this set screw down to anchor it. But in this case, we're actually just going to thread it into it because there's threads deep down in here. So it's just going to go over and thread, but first we got to prepare this into the pipe with Teflon tape. Now you just take this and thread it right onto that nipple. Now I'm just going to take my wrench and give it a few more turns to make sure it's tightened down all the way. Since this was not seated over a copper pipe, I'm just going to remove this little set screw because it's not necessary. If you're interested in knowing the distance between the tub and this piece, if I take a measurement, I got about 5/8 of an inch gap between them. So that's how I had to determine what size nipple I needed. If you're wondering how this connects, there's threads right here, and then it seals inside of the tub spout. And these threads are going to get threaded over this, and this O-ring or rubber seal is what's going to seal it to keep it watertight. So you simply just got to push it over and then start turning it on just as if you're threading a screw. And now you just keep threading it until you're snug against the wall. Sometimes these will have O-rings in the back of them to where you don't have to do this next step, but this one does not. And what I'm going to have to do is take silicone and just run it along the back end of here and not underneath of it so water can drain out if it gets in there. So we're just going to go right around this tub spout. I know there are some people out there that do not silicone around their tub spouts even if their tub spout does not have a ring, but I always recommend it if there is no ring in the back of it. The rest of this trim kit is just like the shower we just installed, so the same handles will be right here. So once we turn the water on with the handles, it's going to come out of the tub spout. And then in order for it to come out the shower head, we just got to pull up on this diverter. It's going to divert the water up to the shower head. This is a shower I built 6 years ago, and I installed the Delta shower head that's the In2ition in it, and I loved it. So that's why I put it in the house I'm building now. But I'm going to show you how it works. All the magic happens up here in this shower head. So if you take a look, this turned down is just going to run the wand. All right. And now if we turn this to the middle selection, it's the shower head and the wand. And if you turn it all the way up, it's just the shower head. So there's something unique about the wand I wanted to show you here. So if you're just on the wand setting, when it comes out, you can push this button and it's just going to kind of dampen it. And show you that again. If you hold it all the way down, it almost shuts it off. And then you can switch to different settings from the handle itself. And again, this thing has been great. I've had it for, like I said, 6 years, and I loved it. So just a little quick rundown on how it works. And honestly, we almost always keep it on with just the wand. We rarely have both on like this, just so you know. But just want to show you how it worked. If you need to know how to install a Delta shower valve, check out this video. It'll help you out.